Well, hey everybody, I'm Grady, and this is Uncle Sweetie's Model Works. This is an update on the 2022 box stock group build with the Fallout Shelter channel. Just coming to you with an update. I've some, uh, been doing some brush painting, and it's been a long time since I've been done some brush painting. And I'm not gonna make you watch all of it, or we'd be here for all day. But I also wanted to say I hope everybody had a good Christmas with lots of love and joy and friends and family. I know I did. And I wanted to say I appreciate everybody's support, everybody's subscriptions and comments. Really enjoying the community, and I really enjoyed the Christmas season. So thank you guys for watching my channel. Thank you guys for supporting me. If you haven't, hit that button, give me a subscribe, give me a thumb one way or the other. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think of my work. Tell me what you think of my video work. I'm trying to get a little better here and there with that. I'm struggling with the editing software right now. It's not cooperating with what I want to do. But you'll hear it again at the end of the video. But don't hit that notification bell. My phone goes off too many times a day already, and we just don't need all that. You know how to find me. You know how to find every YouTube channel you subscribe to. Just don't. Have a little peace, at least for me and my crazy self. Anyway, thank you all. Happy holidays. Hope everybody has a good new year. Probably going to have to get out 2 more videos after this one for the group build. I've still got decals to go, and I may have rethought this choice if I had realized the depth of the decals on this. You know, it's nowhere near one of these European race cars or anything like that, or probably even a NASCAR. But man, there are more than I expected. So there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 10, 11, 12. I think there's 12 decals for the car. And then if I want to do the wheels and the door locks and the trunk locks and the hood emblem and the engine bay, I think there's probably 12 more or more, plus 1 or 2 in the interior. Anyway, that'll be coming up probably in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll get into this and we'll get through it and see how long this video ends up being. Thanks, guys. Alright, I'm here going to do some brush painting. Got a lot to do. It's the day after Christmas, and this has to be done in 5 days. I'm going to try to turn out 1 more video, maybe 2. We'll see. I do have a lot to do. This is... What is this? Great. This is aluminum, so we're going to be doing the transmission. I did a little bit of silver, and the aluminum is pretty close to the silver, so I'm not going to clean that brush. I should thin this out a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. So aluminum is going to be the transmission. A little more paint on that. Well, it's hard to tell over that gray primer, huh? Yeah, I don't want to lose detail. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay. I hope this is in frame. I'm trying this new camera angle here too. All I have is a floor standing camera mount, and it's really hard to do some of this stuff on camera when the camera is between me and what I'm trying to do. So what I need is one of those desk mounted, edge mounted, whatever camera arm things that can reach over the top. Currently right here, I don't have a place to attach that. Where I spray paint, I do. But again, you know, budget's tight. Not much more to say about that. And doesn't look too bad. I'm hoping it'll look good when I'm done. I'm not going to completely do all the brush painting on camera. I don't think you guys want to see that. I'm sure you've all brush painted to a certain extent, and even if you're new, you know, it's brush painting. You know, you start with a little paint on your brush and paint. If it's not enough paint on your brush, you get more paint on your brush and do a little more. You know, there's advanced techniques as you go along, but right now I'm not up to those. And if you're just starting out, you're probably not up to those either. But we're going to do aluminum for the transmission, because the transmission case of a lot of vehicles is usually cast aluminum. And in the case of this particular vehicle, if it wasn't cast aluminum, we're going to say he upgraded a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty decent, I do believe. And once these colors are dry, I'm going to see how some of these subtle differences look. I don't know what to do with this. Actually, I do know what to do with this. I'm going to set this right here and grab me one of these clamps, I believe. Clamp. Yeah. Don't spill your paint. Clamp. Engine. And we're just going to stand them up like that and let it dry. And aluminum. I think that's the only thing I was going to do in aluminum. No, there's one more thing. I'm going to do the alternator. Alright, the alternator is not necessarily aluminum, but that's the call out. That's the paint call out. Like I said, I don't know exactly where you're on the frame. Part number 39, alternator, aluminum. Alternators are almost never black. Part number 39. So I'm going to find that. We're going to paint it aluminum. Part number 39. That is not. Is that it? Yes, that's it. Alright, I need better glasses. Aluminum. Just give it a paint. Because I'm using brush paint still, I'm going to keep all of these things mostly on the sprues. I will deal with whatever, you know, when the contact points, when they get cut off the sprues and the contact points are no longer painted. If you can see it and it needs to be touched up, I will handle that at a later time. There we go. Alternator is aluminum. And we can set that off to the side. I think I'll see if I can hit pause. Not sure if I can get it. Alright, I'm back. We're going to change colors. Let me show you what I did very first. This is silver. That's going to be behind the tail light lenses and reverse lights on the back of the vehicle. And I'm trying not to spend too much time cleaning my brush, So I'm going from lighter to darker in silver tone colors. So we went from silver for the lights there. We just did aluminum for the transmission and the alternator. This is flat steel, which I'm going to do the exhaust. So I'll shake this up a little bit. May hit the exhaust is over here. I don't know if you can see it all. I'll do one little piece over here that I still have on a frame. Uh-oh. Oh! Alright, well that doesn't want to open. No. I've got a solution for that, so we're going to hit pause and be off camera for a minute. Alright, so I'm going to put the glasses back on because I can't see anything. The solution to stuck paint bottles is vice grips. You get a gentle but firm grip on that lid. And I already broke this one free off camera because it can have some, it can go wrong. But you just use that and grip it and turn it around. And you take it off and you've got an open can of paint. Jar of paint, bottle of paint, however you want to say. But I'm going to put it back down there, shake it up just a little bit more. Be very gentle with the grips on these, as you can break that top, or break the bottle inside that top. And then I was being really careful not to do that because I do not have any more steel paint. One good habit to get into, I'm going to go ahead and do it here, is to wipe the tops of these off before you close them. That isn't going to help with what gets inside the lid, but it will help a little bit. Probably. Yeah, that'll work. So we're going to start with this little piece right here. The manifolds I'm going to do in gunmetal because they are usually going to be cast iron. I don't have a color cast iron. Actually, I do need to thin that. So I'm going to do them in gunmetal. And gunmetal is considerably darker than this. So right now I'm just going to do this part of the pipe. We're using, what did I say I was doing? Flat steel. I'm going to do the exhaust in steel because, you say, well, why not stainless steel? Well, I don't have stainless steel, and most of the time, unless you've got high performance exhaust, it's not going to be stainless steel. It's just going to be regular old-fashioned run-of-the-mill steel, and I did not clean that off that great, but it is what it is. I am going to go off camera. I'm going to set this off to the side. I'm going to go off camera. And do all of this. And then when this is dry, I'm going to do some, use some Tamiya black panel line wash to give some visual interest to the mufflers. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Alright, so the exhaust is done. I think I got all the little nooks and crannies. And that is in steel. Like I said, I'll go over with some Tamiya black panel line wash. Is that what it's called? Yeah, panel line accent color over the muffler's catalytic converter to give it some visual interest once this is all dry. And I'm going to do real quick on camera. This is gunmetal for the exhaust headers. That opened nicely. Must be brand new. Can't tell if I should thin that a little bit. I think I will. using the Mr. Hobby leveling thinner. Seems to work with a lot of different things. As a thinner. Alright, that wasn't much. Oh, that's too much. Let's just see there. Alright. I know it works with all kinds of to me it's such a weird line of paints. The acrylics aren't really acrylics, the enamels aren't really enamels. But from what I hear, the Mr. Color Leveling Thinner gives everything a little more time to dry and a little more time to self-level. And I've also seen that it can be used just as well in testers and Model Master enamels. So that's what I'm doing. Shake that up real good, real fast. That stuff's expensive in the US though, I'll tell you that. And I've been cleaning out my brush just a little bit. And then a bottle of old Testors thinner. Don't really want to use that to thin the paints, but it's good enough to clean the brush. And like I said, I haven't been doing a real good clean because I've been progressing through darker colors of silver tones. So here we go. Ooh, yeah, and I had too much in there and it really got a lot of capillary action on there. Yeah, I still think the gunmetal is probably the closest thing I had. I'd like to rust this, but we'll see how that goes. Probably going to do pretty simple paint job on this and leave it alone. That's darker than what I want, but because it's because the exhaust headers are cast iron, but I don't have any cast iron, so I'm reasonably sure gunmetal's the closest thing I've got. If I went through all of my paints, I might find a cast iron or something a little closer. I didn't really want to do that. I spent some time going through some of them to find these that I have here. I've got probably close to, oh, I counted and I forgot. I think roughly in the neighborhood of 50 old Testors colors. Some of them I've got 3 of. Basically, I bought a big lot from somebody that cleaned out Hobby Lobby when all of it went on sale. But I've got a bunch of Model Masters and stuff like that in there. Unfortunately, I didn't get any metallizers. So there's that. Gunmetal. Oh, there's one more thing I wanted. Gunmetal. I know what it was. I'm going to set this off to the side. Find it right here. This is the brake booster / master cylinder. The booster I want gold. The master cylinder I want gunmetal. I may go back and do the lid in silver or something like that, or brass. A lot of times they're gold in color. Like I said, probably not. I've only got a few days to finish all this, so you know, it is what it is. The next, I'll do more detailed paint when I have more time. Blah blah blah. That's what I want to do. Got a little too much on there and it's bleeding a little bit. So I'll clean that off a little bit. And I don't want to have too much of this on camera, because I know you guys probably don't want to see it all. May not watch it all. You know how YouTube is about watch hours and blah 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 and all those metrics. I think that's all I'm going to show on camera now. I'll show you the rest of the colors that I have. I've got gold, which is only going to be that brake booster for this build. I've got red, which is going to be some, and this is Model Master, I believe it's Insignia red maybe, but it's a dark red. This is going to be my interior accent color. This is also going to be my exterior accent color. Going to do a couple of things on the exterior of the car. Going to do the shocks and the springs. And something else I'm not going to quite say yet. Have little highlights and accents to match the accents in the interior, kind of tie everything together. Gonna do the engine in blue. Probably not, no, what's the word? I don't know, factory spec correct, whatever. I just want some visual interest in it, and I don't want it to be the red. And yeah, so it's going to be the blue. I know Chevy did their engines blue for a while, and if it, I know it's not to spec correct to this car. Spec correct to this car, I think, is black. Basically, the entire engine's black. This guy didn't like that. This guy had the original. We're going to go with the story of this guy had the original engine torn apart, rebuilt, souped up a little bit with the internals, and he wanted his engine blue. So we're going to have engine blue. We are going to have some accents in red. Going to use the custom fuel injection system. Going to have some highlights in there in red. I don't know what I'm going to do as far as detailing the engine bay. There's a lot that I could, and there's a lot that looks kind of complicated to try to paint in a short amount of time, and with my limited skills that I still need to grow. But you never know, and I'm probably not going to go back at it later after I complete this build and this video series and close this out. I'm most likely going to leave it as an example of this is my first build in 25 years. This is my starting level, and I will be able to go back through the builds, through the weeks, through the years, and look at this is what I did for my first build, and this is where I've progressed. So I'm going to do some more of this. Oh, right. I was going to do the engine in, I was starting with orange, then I was going to do red, because I wanted to paint the distributor blue, just to have visual interest in there. I don't know what I'll do. I have to find a tan for the distributor or something. Anyway, I'll probably come back after I've got all of this painted and finish up this to send you on the next one, because it's going to be paint, decals, assembly, and that'll be a finished product. I'll see you guys soon. If I don't add all the finished going through the paint colors and everything when I'm done painting, do me a favor, give me a subscribe, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. You know, all the thumbs count. I'll say again, and I'll probably say it every time, don't hit that notification bell. I don't like my phone going off 400 times a day. I'm sure you don't either. You know how to click on subscriptions, see who's put up new videos in the last 2 or 3 days. That's good enough for me. Leave me a comment, tell me what you think so far, any advice you have on different kinds of painting, what you guys think of this camera angle. Again, I'm trying to keep my limited resources as far as equipment goes out of my way so that I can do a better job on my kit. So this is my floor standing camera mount off to the side. I don't have one of those over arms that can do an overhead yet. Like, subscribe, comment. Thanks guys, peace out. Alright, I've been doing some painting, y'all. And the last thing I'm gonna do, actually, so that's the NATO black on the fan, on the belt assembly, and to me semi-gloss black on the fan, a couple other parts. We talked about the alternator, drive shaft, and rear axle. What else have we done interesting? Interior. That's a little rough on the speaker grills, but I like the red accents. We got the working on the door panels. Still need to do the strap on the grab handle for the door. Anything else interesting here? This is how the gunmetal, geez, and that looks black. I guess maybe gunmetal is black.
What's going on?
I'll have to find something else for headers. I don't like that, that's too dark. But it's what we're going to roll with for now. And we've got engine blue, transmission's aluminum,
Yes, sir.
and
That made one of us since she left.
reconstituted some old paints. This is a little dry brushing on the chassis, and I'm going to do a little bit more. I never did dry brushing on the chassis before, so that's something new for me. I'm going to do a little bit more of that with some
That's human.
Mr. Hobby Sand Yellow,
I thought,
which is kind of a
this
light
place exists.
brown color,
How can I live
and some Testors old school enamel brown.
day to day? I
And
got my blessings.
that's it for right now.
Live without Holly?
Yeah,
She doesn't want that.
I did. I think I already showed you. I did the silver backgrounds for the tail lights on the body.
40 years ago, your mother and I planted that tree.
Still debating on painting, doing details on the engine compartment.
She said, George,
I may not, depending on what I feel like, because I still have to do decals and I still have to do final assembly. So that's it for this video.
just like that tree.
Like, subscribe. Don't hit that bell button. We don't need that aggravation. I know some guys
And I'll tell you my
want you to have notifications whenever they put up a new video.
to have had.
I ain't that guy. We've got enough
Always a great
dings and buzzers and notifications in our lives.
Your mother would have loved her.
Just subscribe. Give the thumb one way or the other.
I love
And if you want to see the videos, click subscribe and go to your subscriptions list. I'll show up. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about anything I'm doing. And next video is probably going to be decals. Thanks for watching.
I need your help.
Your mom hired me to find your biological father.